5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, marvelous. Okay. Yeah. I'm on my Frank Lucas shit. 3-piece suits, Valentino cufflinks, LV shoes. I bring the shorty closer, just enough to feel the gun on the holster. Out on the balcony, feeling on the breeze. City skylines, we're puffing on some trees. Cup of Henny on the rocks with the soda. Maybach, front of the building with the chauffeur. And he waiting on me, got umbrella in his hands and my name in the seats. No gift, baby, no thanks, no chinchillas, baby. So what happened to Frank? No phone calls, transactions hand in hand. Give the drugs to Rick, the money to Benny Banks. Talk to Craze and he talks to me. Keep my business out the streets. It's the ART.
Welcome to the show.
Good evening.
Good evening.
What up, y'all?
We started it on a little serious note right there. Today's the anniversary of the death of George Floyd. So I figured that's the best way we could pay our respects. Welcome to the show.
Definitely.
Hello.
Another episode. We're still here. Episode 107. Craze Boogie is here. Depending on where you're seeing him. Jayla is somewhere around here.
Hi. Can you hear me?
All right. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yo.
Creator of A Different Concept is here somewhere around here.
Let's go.
And our guest today is my man, That Black.
Yeah.
Creator and founder of Uptown Collective. First of all, if you're from Uptown, you're following Uptown Collective. It's like,
thank you.
If you're not, then there's something wrong with you. You ain't really from Uptown. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you.
That's the page.
Right now, guys. Sorry.
Oh, but you're from the Bronx. So, I mean, yeah, that's Uptown. No.
Uptown. It's greater Uptown.
Greater Uptown.
Greater Uptown.
I subscribe to that. I believe it's all.
Yeah.
So, thank you for agreeing to be on the show. Thank you for being on. I see Uptown Collective as like our news station that keeps us up to date on what's going on in the neighborhood. But before we get into anything, let's do the people's brand new favorite segment, Creators Anonymous. Would you do the honors, please?
Let's go.
Yes, sir. This segment is sponsored by my brand.
I thought it wasn't a brand.
Concept. It's actually not a brand. I'm not a designer. It's actually an idea, a thought, a bunch of concepts, a different concept.
Let's go.
Thank you. So that's perfect. Somebody's backing up a truck. It's cool. That's just how things happen.
It happens like
I want to go first.
That's how you know we live.
I want to go first. I want to highlight Yuma York NYC today. So Justin, can we let's put that graphic.
That's your creator for the week?
Yes, it is.
Let's go.
So you see 333 followers, not that many followers. But if you go to the page and you follow the page and just go through the feed, don't know this person, by the way. Just happened to see the map. It popped up on my discovery screen.
Fly.
Dope. And one of the reasons, like, Led reposted something that I put up about it being Little DR, and it went viral. They did the map and they wrote Little DR in it. Boom, there it is, Little DR.
Sheesh.
So
that's fire.
That's some really dope artwork.
Rick, not to cut you off. The cool thing about this creator was when I had reached out to the Sketching the Heights.
Yeah,
she had actually showed me this brand.
Yeah.
I mean this creator. So that was actually on my list of people to highlight too. So when I saw you, I was like, all right, dope.
Hey.
Yeah, I
same wavelength.
I you know, and there was a woman that hit me up when we highlighted Sketching the Heights. She hit me up. She was like, "Oh, I love the segment. I love what you guys did. I didn't even know this existed." And then she sent me this also.
Okay.
She was like, maybe this is someone you guys can highlight. But this was on my Explorers, and you see right there, liked by Uptown Collective. So
you know what's crazy? I actually had a conversation with that artist yesterday about a project that I'm working on. So that's crazy.
Yo, amazing.
That's bananas.
Awesome.
It's the same wavelength, bro. I'm telling you.
For real, the synergy is crazy.
Oh wait,
we had a conversation. The name of the artist is Renee. I don't know the last name. and we spoke about something on the phone yesterday. As a matter of fact,
So that's what I wanted to highlight.
Shout
Hold
out to
on,
them.
let me bring in the legend. The legend just popped in.
Hi, I was like, oh, y'all were on time. I was here at the room. I was like, you either on time or you got left behind. I was like, hi, everybody.
So,
hello.
So the legend has arrived, and
You made it.
we're doing a Creators Anonymous right now, real quick. So I did my pick. I think Glorelys, I think you should do your pick now.
Yes.
I don't have a. How do you share?
Don't worry about it. Just say it. Don't worry about it.
My person is Phoenicia Fabre. I hope I'm saying her last name correctly.
Oh,
She's one of those people that, like, I don't know how I found her page, but she has the cutest, like, little clips for, like, Crocs and, like, pins. And, like, I saw her, like a Cafe Bustelo one. So, like, she designs, you know, kind of cultural moments and makes them into artwork, which I love. So that's my person. Yeah, she's fire. And I believe she's from the Uptown community as well. So that was my pick to highlight today.
The beauty of this segment is they don't have to be from Uptown, and the show. I mean, that's just a plus. But I love the fact that when you sent me this, I followed right away and I started looking through her work. So thank you for that.
That's dope.
And thank you for sharing that with us. Who wants to go next? Jaylah, let's do yours.
Oh, Jaylah.
Yeah, you gotta collab.
Yeah, it's a dope little collab from actually a bunch of different people coming together for a great cause. I actually have the hoodie here. Guerreras Going Places. They did a collab with a Latin brand, a Latino brand, a woman brand owned also, Viva Bonita, which is awesome. I love Viva Bonita, so they collabed with them. Viva Bonita is doing a lot of stuff with Foot Locker now on the West Coast, which is awesome. They're West Coast based. They also did this collection with Conciencia Collective and Travel with a Purpose, which is all Travel with a Purpose right there. You could see is they have scholarship funds for women of color that want to elevate their educational standards. So the first recipient was Venezolana, and she actually is in biochemical engineering. So it's really cool, you know, especially a lot of people are, first generation Latinos here, parents coming from immigrants. So they did this line and most of the proceeds go towards the scholarship fund so they could continue doing that. And they also started an initiative to start helping women entrepreneurs of color. So it's really dope. That was my pick. The hoodie's super comfy. And it has a great message on the back of us. It says, taking up space in places they said I never would. So I thought that was really dope. And shout out to them for kind of putting this together and spreading the word. Oh, excuse me, nationally. Oh.
Thank you. I appreciate that, as well as the fact that it's a scholarship is even better.
Hell yeah, that's fire.
So, Craze Books, who you got?
So I chose this dope artist that's doing. It's like a muralist. Bring up that graphic for me. Big Eyes World, Laura Alvarez. So she's a muralist, and she's the project that she did recently that I wanted to highlight is that she does community fridges, and she paints them. And so it's like basically there's one in my community. So I pass by and I'm like, oh shit, this shit is dope. And then randomly the algorithm or the FBI heard me and put this shit on my page. And it was the same one that I walked past, and I'm like, oh shit, this is fire. So I feel like I had to highlight it this week. I feel like it's just a creative ass concept to just make something beautiful in the neighborhood where people can also get free food. I'm with that shit. So I love this. That's my creator of the week. Who we got? Oh, did you?
It's O's turn.
So my creator of the week is Grillon Concepts.
Oh, he's dope.
Grullon.
Thank you for helping me. My wife was laughing at me. I would have said Gulan, but y'all would have crucified me. So I actually reached out to him before I gave him the heads up that I was gonna shout him out, but not even just to give him the heads up. It was more about to get a little bit more information as far as on the brand, because he said it was 2 people working on it. But what he told me was that he's the artist. His uncle also helps him, but his whole father side is always throwing ideas at him, and he's the one that just gets it done. So I wanted to shout them out because it's just every time I look through his page when he goes live or anytime he's showing that he's doing any kind of work, it's really dope artwork.
Well, so Led has highlighted his work a couple times on.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
nice.
So the way "Love Yours" is written on that button, I don't know if I froze or whatever. There's a bunch of them uptown, so it's like
all over.
You got to find it, but
yeah,
it's in a spot where, like, for example, the one that I've seen mostly is the one that behind it is the GWB.
Right.
So to me,
the
GWB represents like Uptown, and just to have that. Jeff J. Dot shot it. He took a dope photo of it. So I'll try to find it and I'll put it up. But so closes out this segment.
I haven't worked on that. How do we close this out? What's the right way to do it?
So this has been Creators Anonymous, sponsored by A Different Concept. What is A Different Concept?
A different concept is not a brand. I am not a designer. This is an idea, a thought, a concept, a different concept.
So let me see that tee real quick. So he's wearing Laundry Day. So let's just talk about Laundry Day real quick.
That's a fire tee, by the way.
This one is called Laundry Day. So the idea behind this one was it's your last good shirt. Not even your last good shirt. It's not even a good shirt. It's your last shirt. You need it to get up and go. You can wear it on a Sunday. You can wear it out. It's Laundry Day. It happens to all of us. You have to get up and go. So do it in style.
You need to drop a pair of underwear like that for me too. Laundry Day underwear.
I don't know. I'm trying to avoid charges, Craze. I don't know.
Shout out to Yuma York. Shout out to Glorelys. What's her name? Big Eyes World. Grullon Concepts. Travel with a Purpose. Guerrera Marketing PR. Viva la Bonita. Craze Jaylah. Give me that one. Lauren Guerra PR. And then this. I'm sorry, I missed
Conciencia.
There you go. Boom. So shout out to all those people. You're doing dope work, and we chose your work today to highlight it. So that's what Creators Anonymous is.
Fire.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem.
We'll see you next week.
Yes, sir.
Think about my idea.
I got you.
Do a promo pair just for Craze.
Just for Craze.
I'll model them.
I don't know if they can have holes in them though, because you're gonna be looking crazy.
Just none like right at the
bottom. The chloro stains are enough.
No. First
do
of all,
a matching set. You got to match the
I'll leave the underwears alone. I'll probably do a white beat before I do underwears for Craze.
All right.
So I'm an XL.
All right, guys.
For that laundry day.
I'm a large.
We'll be waiting on him.
I'm done.
He said, I'm out.
So logged out before he could take our orders in. Led Black is in the building.
Yes, sir. Congratulations to y'all too on the 100th show and all that. That's amazing, man.
Thank you.
That's a big milestone. So congratulations, y'all doing it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. This is number 107.
Crazy. That's beautiful.
So talk to me about Uptown Collective. First of all, I've known about Uptown Collective for a really long time. It was a website before anything.
Yeah, I feel like 2014 is like that time that I'm
kind of hearing myself. So somebody's watching the show while they're, I don't know where it's coming from, but whatever. I
don't hear it.
I hear myself, which is weird.
That's you, bro.
I hate my voice. But talk to me about the website. I remember seeing it a long time ago, and I was like, yo, this idea is so dope.
So we began broadcasting February 2010. So now it's over 10 years. And it just started kind of like an homage to my neighborhood, right? Washington Heights made me who I am and made me the man who I am. And, I just want to show love to the hood, and like when I grew up, in the late 80s, early 90s, I grew up 192nd at Wadsworth. I didn't go past 178 for the most part. And I didn't go to Dykeman, because if I go down there, they fuck me up if they came up to my hood. You know what I mean? So it was a different kind of hood. So
well, you said something very beautifully right there. Yeah. I love you even more. You said you're from Wadsworth, so that's me and Craze's abs.
That's right.
Wadsworth.
My mom still got her apartment on 192nd in Wadsworth. You know what I mean?
Hey.
I lived on 187. 187th and Wadsworth.
Okay, nice.
I don't know. We're gonna have to check.
Look at that. Who would have known so much synergy about Wadsworth? You know what I mean?
I lived on 153rd, but I used to be up there like for the hookie parties.
Right.
Okay. Let's go.
But you know, like it was a neighborhood that in a lot of ways we self-segregated. Everyone was Dominican, but I didn't go like the few times I went to Highbridge, I got my sneakers stolen, and then I stole someone's sneakers. I got chased out. You know what I mean? Because that's the hood that I grew up in. You know what I mean? So I didn't go to the Little Red Lighthouse when I was a kid. Yeah. So it's like, you know, it's kind of like sharing the neighborhood, because this neighborhood's amazing. You have a lot of culture, a lot of parks, a lot of history, and you know, everyone, you know, loves the hood. Like, and Washington Heights is special, right? Like this movie, I don't know how y'all feel about the movie. I saw it, I loved it. I saw it like 4 times.
Okay.
You know, it's this neighborhood is special. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I think
with all of that.
Yeah, this neighborhood is super special, and I think that the site started just showing love, and then people just started like, you know, it became more than just a site. It became a resource, and you know, it didn't begin trying to do a brand, but it became a brand, and now it's a business. You know what I mean? And then now I work on so much other things through that website, man. So it's been a blessing.
So what's your favorite part about Uptown?
Man, you know,
if you could give me one,
it's culture. It's culture. You know, it's like,
and I was gonna say, I feel like there's also something about the Uptown Collective that feels like it's like the site, right? Feels like it's still like a history of the neighborhood, right?
Right.
Which is something that me and Rick have been talking about tapping into. We shot a little bit of we actually, I think we bumped into you when we were out there shooting.
Yeah,
that's
right.
We did.
That's right.
For a segment that we have for our other project, but it just, you know, part of the stuff that has inspired us to do the shit that we do and the lens, you know, that we do shit with is, you know, comes from looking at the website of Uptown Collective and being like, yo, this is the dopest shit anybody has. You know what I'm saying? Like even before In the Heights, even before all of that stuff, honestly, you know, I remember in 2013, 2014, finding that site and being like, yo.
It was like the source to me.
Yeah, it was like the source for us, you know, honestly.
And you know what's interesting is that when I was a kid, you know, my mom was the numbers lady for a good chunk of the Heights in the Bronx, right? So every Sunday, people come to my house to eat mondongo, to talk about their dreams, you know what I'm saying, play numbers. And my mother just had this energy about her, like, you could play numbers anywhere, right? You could play it in the bodega, but you were coming to my house to get like un baño de pueblo, right? To immerse yourself in the hood. And like what I'm doing is super similar to what my mom was doing in her own way, right? She was recreating DR for Dominicans who like needed it, right? So I'm kind of recreating the hood for people that need it and could really, like, you know, your hood is important to you, right? Like where you grew up, the train you took, that corner where you kissed your first girl, your first boy, all them things mean something. So I think that's what resonates.
Shit. That ephemeral shit.
Yeah, like ephemeral. That's right.
That you can't catch it. It's just, bro. But that's why that shit is the time capsule. I feel like is.
Yes.
Collective.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
We really appreciate you, man.
Thank you, brother.
When I used to live in 150 something street, and I just moved up closer to Dykeman, and the first thing I did was look up. All right, I'm here. I mean, obviously I was following Uptown Collective already. I'm like, let me go check what's happening in the community because I know this is a source to let me know what's tapped in. So that was the first place I went to when I moved up here.
Oh, appreciate it.
And you know, sometimes I know it does a really good job of capturing the Uptown experience, but also like we were saying the Dominican experience. And sometimes as a first generation Dominican woman, I'm like, sometimes I feel a little untapped out of my own culture. Right. So like sites like that really helped me to understand, like, I'm not behind on anything. There's different kind of diversity in the Dominican diaspora. And is that, like everybody's saying, echoing that it's a really important resource up here. So
Craze mentioned the story. I'm about to give you a little background on it. Craze and I, we started a company called Uptown Live Media. And we have a website called Uptown Live TV, which you're going to catch all our content on. We're in the middle of doing the Chimi Stories. That's not the name of it's coming out, but that's not the name of the segment. I'm just saying Chimi Stories. So we're on 176, I think it was, between St. Nick and Audubon, St. Nick and Audubon. And we're walking by the school. And then just Led across the street. First of all, Craze and Led had met before. I had never met him before. So he's like, yo, my name is Led. You know, I do Uptown Collective. I was like, Uptown Collective? I was excited to put the face to the site and the brand. So we met that day, exchanged information, and it's just been like a tribute because Uptown Collective is the source of Uptown. Like with that magazine, The Source. If you're a fan of hip hop, that's where you went to find your information.
Man,
so
thank you,
That's
man.
true. We gotta explain that because generationally we gotta.
yes. I'm sorry. I don't know the source.
What is that?
The source.
Like, yo, when you talking about Cody?
Yeah, it is the actual source to Uptown, but it's also I'm comparing it to that magazine because for hip hop, if I wanted to know if the album was good, I would skim to the back, see what they rated it, and read through it. You know, and the source is just even sneaker culture. Sneaker culture is huge today, is $1 billion business, but it started on the source. Bobito did a segment. He wrote an article on the source on sneakers. So that's what Uptown Collective is to us.
Thank you, brother. It's good to hear, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
So you said your favorite part is the culture. What is something you would tell someone who's not from Uptown about Uptown to get them to come to the neighborhood?
That sometimes, you know, if you close your eyes, like on Sherman, you know what I mean? You might think you're in DR, like straight up, like, you know what I mean? Like it really does. This is the, you know, the third unofficial capital of the Dominican Republic, right? It's Santo Domingo, Santiago, and Washington.
I mean, Google stamped it. Google stamped it. It's official.
Yeah, B. So yeah, definitely.
So that if you could close your eyes, you're in DR, but also there's more than just Dominicans in Uptown.
Oh, definitely. And it's funny that when you grew up in Washington Heights depends on who you grew up with, right? So when I was a kid, there was a block of Greeks. There was like 2 blocks where it was just a lot of Greek people. So if you remember, like Taki 183, who was almost the first graffiti writer, he was a Greek kid from Washington Heights, from 183rd. You know what I'm saying? And then when I grew up, it was all Dominican and Black Americans. So my closest friends growing up were either Dominican or Black Americans. We had a strong contingent of Black Americans too, back in in the late 80s and 90s. You know.
And talk about the music from Uptown, like artists that you've seen come up through Uptown Washington Heights in the Bronx. I'm from 174th Street and Washington. So that block is infamous for Top Dollar Entertainment.
That's right. Reynolds.
J. Reynolds. Brace. Lou Rock. Oh, I almost failed to mention Lou Rock. Also, Mark Henny. He's from the Deuce. But he used to chill on 174th all the time. Talk about some of the music that came out of Mims.
Yeah. There's a lot. There's Tully Floyd is my man. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of
Fredo.
Yeah, B.
Fredo is the god.
Jesus Peace is nice. That dude's nice. Jesus Peace is nice. Jesus Peace 718, I think his Instagram is. He's dope too.
The DJs from Uptown.
Charlie Cruz is dope.
So give me some more people. From Uptown.
Dark is dope. Dark in Boston. Dope. You know, Audubon is dope. And production, Frankie P. You can't sleep on Frankie P. Like that's the architect. That's my brother. Like, you know, there's a lot of dope MCs. There's a lot of talent up here, man. You know, the IOD crew. You know what I mean? There's a lot of like hip hop is strong. I just don't think we've ever really gotten our shot, but that could change. You know, one record could change it all. So,
I think so too. What else is going on Uptown, man? Plug us in. I feel like I have mad questions for you, but right now I'm like, okay, which one is the most important one? But I feel like in terms of like, if you're Uptown right now, this summer, what do you think is like, because Rick was talking about the Uptown Art Stroll that's happening this summer.
June 1st.
Are there any events that
so what's interesting?
What's Uptown Collective doing Uptown? I know that the Uptown Collective has also some like activists, you know. Activist underbelly. So I want to hear about what's going on. So I just kind of, if you could cover it all for me, the next 3 months, the summertime, Uptown, I would appreciate it.
Yeah. So basically, you know, so in top of doing the Uptown Collective, I also do social media like for different outlets. So the Manhattan Times, Bronx Free Press, I do them. And then for the Uptown Nostro, I'm going to handle their social. So right now I'm handling their social from now to the end of the Uptown Nostro, which is the end of June. So the Uptown Nostro, you know, just it's going to be tons of events throughout Washington Heights, all over. They do this really cool thing that's called open studios. So you basically get to go to a studio of an artist in the neighborhood and check them out, talk to them. You know what I mean? There's going to be a bunch of events. I'm working on an event that I'm not sure, it's not solidified, kind of paying tribute to the tunnel, the artwork that was done in the tunnel. Right. But it's been kind of a hassle getting, everyone involved to do it. So that may or may not happen. But again, In the Heights is going to kill. It's going to kill this summer. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a bunch of stuff. It's the premiere.
I haven't seen. I'm real. I haven't seen the movie.
I got the link 2 weeks ago, so I watched it on repeat like 4 times.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? This is bananas. If you're from Washington Heights, you're gonna cry a few times because you've never seen your hood shown in that way where they spend $1 million on a shot to make your neighborhood look amazing. You know what I'm saying? The tunnel, the pool. Highbridge Pool was crazy. It didn't look pretty when I was growing up. I got robbed there, you know what I mean? But here it looks beautiful. And they spend money. Like 175th and Audubon is, looks like.
You used to hop over the fence at Highbridge Pool to get in, bro. On the side.
Night pool was the shit back in the days. You used to sneak into the pool at night. That was you know what I mean? But you never seen your hood in that way. So I think In the Heights is going to alter a lot of shit.
How do you think that's going to affect, obviously, now that things are reopening, things are, going back to normal in a sense. Mm-hmm. How do you think that's going to affect the Heights in that sense of like bringing back business or bringing in new business? We saw it when like the Joker movie came out and the Bronx was like infiltrated at the steps. How do you think that effect is going to happen?
So, I mean, I agree. Right? Some of that shit is annoying, right? Like, so somebody going to do the steps in the middle of the hood in the Bronx is annoying. And some of that shit is not good, right? So I'm not saying that that's not going to happen. Of course, everyone's going to see this movie. And this is the type of movie, right, that it's like it's the new Grease, right? Because you're going to watch it over and over and over to hear the lyrics, right? So people are going to show up here. But that's not the way
it taps into something else. Like.
But that's not the way I look at it, right? The way I look at it is that it's going to put more eyes on Washington Heights. So if I'm already doing something in Washington Heights, I'm going to do better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's going to put more eyes on the shit I'm working on. It's going to put more eyes on the shit you working on. So it just enlarges the pot. You know what I'm saying? Because when you see something, I want more from Washington Heights. What's Washington Heights? What's this? You know what I mean? It's not a negative movie. There's no hookah. There's no, there's no drugs.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? But that's okay too.
There's no hookah in the Heights.
There's no hookah in it, but it's still a dope ass movie. And again, it opens doors for me, right? Because like, John, it's funny. I met the director, right? I met him 2019. They were doing like late 2019. They did an event at 809 to promote the movie because at that time was pre-pandemic. The movie was coming out 2020, right?
Exactly.
So they did this dope event at 809. They spend money, right? It was beautiful. I was chilling with my brother Mike Jones, the mayor, right?
Wow.
And then
DP, we love you, bro.
DP, right? Wow. So I go talk to John M. Chu, right? It turns out we both have the same sweater, except it's a Heights sweater. Like from the the Power Foot Locker one, first it has the Jordan Heights exclusive shit, right? So I had a Heights NYC sweater in black. My man John Chu got the same sweater but in white, right? So I go introduce myself. I say, "How you doing? My name is Led Black." He was like, "Oh, you're Led. I love the Uptown Collective." He was like, "I got this sweater because of you, because I saw the post you did about the Foot Locker, so I went there." You know what I'm saying? So that's how ill it is. You know what I'm saying? That's how real it is. And it's ill because then after that, like he would DM me, "Yo, Led." So it's funny you talk about Jeff Dot Shot It, right?
Yeah.
John Chu hit me up like last year. He was like, "Yo, Led, since we can't do promotions for the movie, I need you to find me some photographers for the end credits." So I got like a bunch of photographers from the hood in the end credits. You know what I'm saying? Which is amazing.
So
I think that's amazing, bro.
That's my OG.
Yo, that's one of our OGs, bro, from our block, literally.
That's my brother. Yeah, man. He's
Doc
dude,
got
man.
6 photos.
6 photos.
In the end credit.
Shout out Doc, shout it, fucking Jeff, bro.
So that's why I use Jeff's photo today on today's. I think I put it in there in the branding, Justin. You can see it on today's promo where I added almost messed up. Nope, not it. But I added Glorelys to the. I'm drinking beer, so if I mess it up, so I wanted to add her.
Better. Go ahead.
I wanted to add it to the promo, and then Dot did this dope picture of the bridge, and I was like, "Can I use it today?" So I wanted to include it today, like as an homage to him.
So what's funny about Dot too? That like, he had me up, after that, and we chilled and stuff, and he was like, "Yo, Led." He's like, he had gone to one of these events where you write yourself like a letter for 6 months, right? And then he ended up receiving the letter in the mail that he wrote to himself for 6 months. and this was 2000, I think 2019, and it says in the letter, one day you're gonna have your picture in every home, right? And then he's like, shortly after that, I hit him up about the movie. And he was like, yo, Led, like you were part of me manifesting my dream. Like that's bananas, right? I was like, and I couldn't believe it. And he sent me the picture. I was like, that's fucking crazy. And it shows the impact, right? Like when you spread love, that spread love is the Uptown way is real, right? Because that shit resonates, right? Like I'm a good dude. I've always been a good dude, right? Not that I'm perfect, not that I didn't make mistakes, but I always show love. And I feel like now I'm reaping the rewards of that because that's how the way the universe works, right? So that was ill that I never met Dot before. And he was like, yo, Led, you played a part of my story. You know what I'm saying? That's fire, beautiful. Bro.
Well, that's I'm telling you right now, that's like my OG.
Like we deadass grew up looking
him,
up to
Raynos. That's my block. Those are brothers, man. Those are my brothers.
Yeah.
So, shout out to the block.
Shout out to the block.
I feel like sometimes when we engage in like our little passion projects, sometimes it feels like not that we want to give up, but it's like you that situation you didn't know it was gonna come full circle. Like, did you ever have moments where you're like, in the beginning where maybe it was like difficult or like maybe you wanted to like end, like maybe not end it or like put a stop on it because you felt like you didn't have the resources? Like, can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, for sure. That's really real. Like at the beginning, you're not thinking about what you're doing, so you just do it and you enjoy it. But then after a while, you're like, yo, I'm doing all this work, right? And I'm not really seeing money coming back, right? Because it's like you're putting all this effort, and then you're like, and then and so you kind of it's easy to fall out of love with things. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like you realize, like, yo, this is more than about making money. And when I realized that, like, like for example, there was a one of these white supremacist groups that came out here, like in I forgot 2017 maybe, and they put they unfurled the banner anti-immigrant shit. It was identity. They put it in Fort Trump Park. Yeah, and I broke that story. You know what I'm saying? And then I realized, like, yo, we are mad important. You know what I'm saying? So knowing the importance of what you do kind of makes you fall in love with it again. And then I feel like it took a while. Like it really took a while for it to become a business. But like last year was what I think when a lot of the other people outside of it said, yo, wow, the Uptown Collective reaches that much people. It's important. Like, so within the last year, we've reached like 1 million impressions on Instagram alone a month. You know what I'm saying? But I think it just took a while. It took a while, and it's easy to like, oh, this is such a fucking chore, right? Like this is so much work, and I'm not seeing the benefits of it. But like, I think you got to trust the process, right? Just believe in it. You know what I'm saying? And again, like it comes to a point where people won't let you let things go because they it's important to other people now as well. You know what I mean? Yeah, so man. I feel like last year has been really doing well. Like the trajectory has been doing well. Like I said, so I also do this. That's where I also do the festival, the New York Latino Film Festival. I'm doing their social. You know what I'm saying? So my Calixto Chinchilla, who's the founder, he's been like, he's entrusted a big brand for me to do their social. That's a big deal. And it's been like 5 years running. But last year, because we're doing things with HBO, he entrusted me to further. So now I'm working with him on new projects. There's a real big project that I can't announce, but I'm going to announce it like in the next few days just because it's super top notch. But it's like a Dominican dream. Like it's working with one of the biggest Dominican artists of all time. You know what I'm saying? And that's been beautiful, man. It's just been like, it's beautiful to see the vision and the reality align, but it took a long time.
Once you announce it, we obviously will repost it and put it out.
Hell yeah, we want to
thank you.
And I also want to say there was something that was in my mind right here, but I kind of like went away already. Thanks to the beers. Yeah,
he's lit now.
I really forgot. I'm honestly really forgot. So it's come to the point in our show where you're gonna help us right now.
Whatever you need.
This is called For the Love of Jayla.
Ooh, my favorite. One of my favorite segments.
It premieres Tuesday, July 6th at 7 p.m. Eastern. And this show is completely about Jayla finding love and talking about love. With her co-host Gigi, who will join us shortly.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the word explore love because from what I've learned a lot about Jayla recently in the last few months.
Yes.
So we have to be open to like wherever this journey takes her.
Yes.
Well, before you go off, what's your sign, Jayla? I need to know.
I'm an Aries.
Okay, that's what I need to know.
Oh yeah, girl. I'm a hardcore Aries. April 12th.
Okay.
Let's put it like this. I just was still celebrating my birthday like last weekend.
Oh, I love it. Big Aries energy.
By the way, while we're on the topic of birthdays, June 15th is somebody's birthday around here. And she's doing an event. Do you want to just like really quick, drop it in?
Yeah, I'm having a party for myself because last year I didn't get to do. I turned 30 last year. I didn't get to do the big 30 happy birthday thing. So I'm gonna do a huge stand-up comedy party at the Stand, but I didn't want to talk about it too much because it's also the Rick H Show's 100th birthday party as well. So we're having a party. So we all this Gemini, we all celebrate.
That's where we're going after we shoot the Rick H Show. That's where we're going. I think.
So first of all, when I saw that her birthday was June 15th, I was like, man, she could be a great co-host for our show. Just off her birthday.
That's so
yes, because that's exactly what you need. Another Gemini. Poor Craze. Poor Craze.
That's too much. That's too much Gemini.
Forget Craze. Craze's name's not on the marquee. It's mine.
But hopefully, the legend and Led can help us in our journey to find love.
By the way, I just remembered. I'm sorry to cut you off, Craze. So I got asked the same question Glory just asked Led, and my response was small victories lead to big victories. So they were asking me because there was times where we get 40, 50 streams on one episode, and like, how do you keep going? You celebrate the small victories, and those small victories lead to bigger victories. So, and then there was people that would come up to me and give me the same thing. They gave them compliments, or, your podcast inspired me to start another one and start my own, or I could be able to do this. Before, when we were shooting in the monkey room, people were able to come and watch us do this.
It was a hard road. Rick almost quit twice.
Twice. And I almost fired everybody twice.
That's energy.
But I'm waiting for Gigi to pop in. But small victories lead to big victories. So that's my response to that, because I heard that question. That question was perfect.
Yeah.
So let's go back for the Love of Jayla.
Boom. I love this sexy hard.
July 6th, Tuesday, July 6th at 7 p.m. Thank you for the graphic.
While we're waiting for Gigi, I know BX Crazy just said that there's so much about Jayla's love life. Can I get
I'm gonna give you the bullet points, right?
I'd rather let Jayla give the bullet points.
Okay. Jayla, do you want me to give them or you want to give them?
I like when Craze gives them. He kind of gets straight to the point. I start giving excuses.
Exactly. She knows. Listen, this. Let me paint the picture for you. So Jayla, April, day after her birthday, she comes out of the courthouse, freshly divorced, comes onto the Rick H Show, tells us, guys, I'm single. I'm ready to get back out there. It just so happens that Rick and I are in talks about doing some 90-Day Fiancé folks that we're interviewing. We're talking about, and Jayla volunteers herself to be the guinea pig, to try to get on 90-Day Fiancé because she needs to find love now that she's ready to mingle and single. Fast forward a couple months, we found her a couple candidates, dope dudes, somebody from the Dominican Republic, a gentleman who works in the tobacco fields and a very distinguished gentleman. And then we found her another actor / model from Miami, has a lot in common with Jayla. They get along. Jayla was blushing the last time he was on. So we set up a couple blind dates. We've done a bunch of footwork. And then a couple weeks ago, Jayla revealed to us that she may be down for maybe dating a woman as well. She propositioned one of our other guests and his wife for a throuple. And so we've just decided that instead of being a segment, Jayla needs her entire show for herself to focus on her love life so we can kind of dissect it properly. We enlisted the help of Gigi. Is Gigi here yet? We enlisted the help of Gigi.
She should be.
She's going to help us.
Coming in. I think just we're waiting on Justin.
Jayla, either true love, somebody a visa,
or my future ex-husband. Whatever.
Maybe a couple, maybe a future ex-wife or ex-husband. We don't know what's going to happen, but we know Jayla's looking to explore love, and Gigi's gonna help us. Maybe you guys can help us tonight. Rick, do we have something?
Listen, if Jennifer Lopez hasn't given up on love, neither will I.
That's true.
Love brand of love, my brand of love. It's like we moving on to the next one. I don't care. Well, she said, Ben, hey, big head.
Hey.
So, Jayla, what sign was your husband?
Gemini.
Oh no.
That's why I already.
That's why you're
mad. And know, and not even that.
I have no idea what any of this means.
You know what makes it worse? That not only did I marry a Gemini, but I gave birth to a Gemini as well. So his birthday is the 12th, and my daughter's is the 6th.
Hey.
Wow.
So you're supposed
I got female Gemini energy and male, and then I'm an Aries. It's like
what's your rising sign?
Yeah, the rising sign.
I don't know. I wish I remembered. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Gemini.
It might be. You attracting a lot of Geminis.
Yo, Glorelys, don't you got to know the rising sign? Isn't that like one of the...
Well, the moon sign is what tells you who you're compatible with the most. But, our sun signs is who we show up for in life. But I'm surprised, Aries, Gemini, like I've had a terrible dating life, and the only people that I'm good with are Aries and Gemini. So I'm surprised, that this Gemini was terrible. But
how much do you know about astrology?
Not much, man. I don't know much. I'm a Leo. You know what I mean?
Hey, Leos and Aries get along.
That's such a Leo thing to say.
I'm a Leo.
Thing to say. I don't know astrology, but I do know that Leos are the best sign.
For real. Leos.
Yeah.
And that's my given name too, is Leo.
Oh, perfect.
Is it really?
I tell you a funny story real quick. My given name is Leo, right? Mm-hmm. But on my block, they started calling me Leo Bell, right? So I was like, I'm not gonna be Leo Bell my whole life, right? So I've been led since like the 3rd grade, right? Because in the hood, you be like 60 and be like, yo, Leo Bell, you know what I mean? So
that's a fact.
So I don't want to be led, but that's how I've been led since the 3rd grade.
That's so true. Like, fuck this shit. I'm gonna turn the O into a D.
For real.
Rick, you're muted. Sir.
Thank you, Craze, for being side producer right now. But what made it go from Leo to lead? Was it the fact that Leo Bell, or was lead something deeper?
Lead was just like, because I used to write graffiti, so lead was just Leo. I like the way it sounded, you know what I mean? Like, so I was a little thug into it when I was real young, you know what I'm saying? So it was hard, lead, you know what I mean? So that's what it was. And then it's funny because I used to write lead 1. The black came afterwards when I first read Malcolm X. I went to Bronx Science. I was the only kid from 143 to make it to Bronx Science that year, and I don't know how many years before. And when I went there, I realized I was poor, right? I was like, oh shit, I'm poor. Like, oh, I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? So I got into Malcolm, and Malcolm fucked my head up and opened the whole new world to me. So that's where the black come in. That's where lead black come in.
Let's go.
Okay.
I live right near Bronx Science. That's my hood right there. Yeah.
So let me ask real quick while we're on the name subject. Craze Boogie, I know why he calls himself Craze. But I want to know why Glorelys or Glory is the legend.
Leyenda.
So, when I first started stand-up, I used, when you do a project, you get known for that project, right? So like, oh, that's that person that does that. So I had stopped doing that project, and everybody kept talking about that project that I was no longer doing.
So you don't want to name the project?
Well, because I'm not doing that project no more. That's not
good. So fine. All right, perfect.
I needed a name to distinct me from that. I just needed to be forgotten. I needed the project to be forgotten. And at first, I was gonna go with like the Beyonce of comedy, but like when you do like any of us, like when we do projects and somebody else has our name, we like to stay away from that. So I was like, what makes Beyonce like so amazing? I'm like, oh, she's a living legend. So I'm gonna be a legend in comedy. So I by that, and I try to change it, but it's caught on so much that everybody be like, the legend. I'm like, well, whoever's mad gets to getting mad because
that's great.
Oh, good. I like that nickname, so we're gonna stick to it. So for the love of Jayla today, Gigi's
here.
Hi guys, I'm so sorry. Yo,
no, don't even be sorry. Don't give me.
God chose violence in my life.
No.
I'm so sorry.
She said God chose violence in her life today.
No, he did not. So, I was having a conversation earlier with Jayla. Gigi, hold on, let me finish. So I know what happened to your vehicle. I saw the photo, and I told her to tell you today's a good day, no matter what.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So don't you putting that energy out in the world. So don't do that.
It was just a lot. I went to like 7 tire shops. Like, I hate going into mechanics and everything. As a female, it's like top 5 worst places to go into by yourself. I'm like, I have no idea what's happening. I hate, like, it's just so annoying. But anyway,
so,
no negative energy. Hi,
she's here.
How y'all doing?
She made it.
For
the
Love of Jayla is here. Let's just Gigi, you wearing AirPods?
No.
You don't have AirPods on. All right. So For the Love of Jayla with Gigi Rivera premieres July 6th. Again, this is regurgitating information. July 6th, 2021. So like when you're promoting something, you have to complete. So today, Jayla went on a blind date weeks ago with AJ Hero, and I have the inside scoop on what AJ Hero thought and felt about that blind date.
Oh my god!
So we're going to go over that blind date. Justin, if you can you find us a picture of AJ?
Oh, not the photo.
When you get an opportunity, I want Glory and Gigi to see him. Oh, there it is.
Bring it up.
Can we blow? There he is.
Look at this guy. Look at this jawline.
First of all, it's not because he's my cousin, but that man is an attractive dude, and he's built. He's built. He's all cut up. So Jayla and Gigi, you are allowed to ask me any question you want right now, and I'll be able to speak for him.
For AJ.
Because we had a lengthy conversation on this blind date. And Led will offer advice. Led and Glory will offer advice afterwards. So this segment is officially starting now. So at 8:58, 8:57. Okay, so yes, let's go.
Tell me. What questions?
She's muted. You see, this is why you're not going to be on the Rick H show no more. You're talking and you're muted. Hold on.
You muted me.
No, I did not. No, I did not.
Wait,
go, Jay. What's the question, Jay?
So their questions, or they want to know, like, the tea. The tea is the phrase that these young kids say now.
I want to know.
I don't know. Did he pay for dinner?
Wait,
we did a virtual date. We
did a virtual blind date on the show.
Oh.
Just to feel Glory. Yeah. All right. So Jayla, I'm ready.
Jay, you go first.
Well, I mean, I asked a question online. I kind of put it out in public and tagged him in it. Which my question was, it wasn't that bad, was it?
Well,
question.
So I can give you the answer.
It wasn't that bad, was it?
I can give you the answer.
I didn't see it.
It wasn't that bad is the question. Was the date that bad? She was asking him.
Was the date that bad?
Yes. So I can answer that question because apparently Jayla and him already have numbers exchanged, and they have spoken and they have video chatted. So no, it was not that bad. It was pretty good. So that was very weak, Jayla. Come on, I thought you were gonna bring some more heat.
Okay.
Gigi, it's your turn. Okay, go. Okay.
What were his thoughts on her? Like, would he like a second date? How does he feel about her having kids? What did he think about her?
How does he feel about her being an Aries?
Okay, so
how does he feel about the career she's in? All of that.
To answer Gigi, he fully supports the career. He loves the fact that she's pursuing her thing. That's one. Two, obviously, if they exchange numbers and there's some video chat going on behind the scenes that I don't even know about, then that's a plus.
I mean, obviously, you know about it if he just told you.
They both have kids around the same age. So, and he's also told me, yes, he has a son. This is my nephew. So he has a son, and he's, I think he's older than Bella. Bella's 6.
Yeah, Bella's gonna be 6.
Yeah. So Hunter, I think is I think he's also 6.
Yeah, I have a question.
Wait.
Let him finish.
So he does not have baby mama drama, and he is open to getting married again, and he is open to having more children. He's open to these things. So, next question.
Go ahead.
And by the way, next week he'll be on to do the second virtual live day. So,
by the way, the little background about
when
AJ.
will they go on a real date?
all right. Well, let's Gigi. We're gonna hold that question. Crazy. Go ahead. Continue.
So, just a little background about our boy AJ.
Yeah.
He's, aside from being insanely handsome
as
he's
fuck.
also a talented actor.
Yes.
You can catch him on Foreign Nationals.
He's done FBI,
episodes of
Law and
FBI,
Order.
Law and Order. He just got a modeling gig
for an Italian clothing brand.
He has a 6-pack.
Are you selling him to the audience or to Jayla?
No.
He bats,
or is he talking to himself?
He bats about 500, I believe, Rick, right?
Yes. So AJ's always been great at baseball. He played minor league baseball. He's always had a passion for theater and acting, so that's what he's doing right now. So that's a little background. He grew up in Florida, just like Jayla. He's 30, so I'm 36. I'll be 37 on June 12th. So he's 37.
Yeah, his brother. He actually
he's gonna be 37 in September.
He actually
he's older.
lived
He's
in the
37
same.
already.
He used to live in the same area where I actually live now.
So they have
Coincidentally.
a ton in common.
But his actor age is like 30.
Yeah, no, even less than that. But okay.
I'm like 23. What are you talking about?
All right. Glory was gonna say something. Let's hear it.
I just wanted to know if he was vaccinated and if he's your
What?
That's a good question.
Girl,
Wait.
That's a good question.
No, we are not doing all of that right now.
No. Excuse me.
You know what? After dating, like I've had a terrible date back in my 20s.
Excuse me.
Oh, sorry.
Give me Glory on the full screen.
Oh,
Ask your full question. Give me her entire screen. Yes.
I would like to know if your date was vaccinated and if you think that was your soulmate. Because after a bad dating experience, you kind of just know if this is gonna work or not. You put them in categories.
So let's go back to the entire screen.
Wow.
I like that question.
So AJ is in the process. I think he's got one of the 2 vaccinations already.
Okay, Moderna
yes.
or Pfizer.
Or Johnson & Johnson.
Now you trying to get into details.
Yeah, that's funny.
I see why they call you the legend.
Now you're
but
going into like socioeconomic status stuff.
Word up, like
she want to know. She's digging. Come on, girl, keep asking them questions. Just go.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yes, he's in the process of it. What was the other? Yes. What was the second piece?
I think they're soulmates already. You can know after one Zoom date.
This definitely this.
After
soulmate?
one date. I don't know. It's a pandemic. We're
Too early. It's just too early. Justin, can we get Jayla on the full screen while I ask this question? Blast her face all over the internet.
Question after.
Jayla.
Wait. First of all, I will say.
Hold on. Wait. Let me finish my goddamn question. Do you think you guys might be soulmates?
I think we have a lot in common.
No. All right. Take her off. Her face turned red and she answered that. Okay. I know. I got my answer.
I don't know about soulmates. I don't think I'm there. I just got divorced, y'all. Like, there needs to be,
Ain't nobody asking you all that.
There's a healing process that goes with thinking, soulmate. Like, you're not just gonna be like, oh, my soulmate. Like, no, like that's very
Gigi,
unrealistic.
what's your question? Then I got 2 things to ask my man. That
I want to know: is he a Republican or is he a Democrat?
Yo.
Okay. Give me full screen.
No,
that's important.
So here we go.
That'll tell you a lot.
Jayla's from Boca Raton, Florida.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Argenis is from Miami Lakes, Florida. He has common sense. I'm just going to say that. That's my response. They're both from Florida, and he has common sense. I'm just going to say that.
That doesn't make me feel too good, but Florida.
Yeah, that ass, bro. Floridian.
Gigi, I'm going to give you one more. Jayla, I'm going to give you one more before we go to lead. One more question each.
Did he have any concerns?
Put me on the full screen again, Justin.
Tell him.
No.
See? That's it. That's all
Gigi, your last one.
That's all you gotta know.
Okay, I have a really good one. What would be his ideal first real date? Like, where is he trying to take my sis? What type of vibe does he want? What type of ambiance? Like, is he a good planner?
Get me on the full screen again one more time.
So you can answer this?
The answer is gonna come June 15th.
Ooh.
When Jayla's in the monkey room and AJ is in the monkey room. I'll have a secret.
Not considered a date, though.
Hold on a second. No, it's not a date, but I'll have a secret cameraman spying on AJ and Jayla that whole night. So give me my man Led on the full screen real quick. Led, any advice you would like to give this young lady who knows what her passion is, knows what her career is, pushing for it, recently divorced, and is now officially available as of April 13th. Was it Jayla or April 14th? April 13th.
I've been available for, separated for 4 years, but officially in the right eyes of the Lord. April 13th.
Oh my God. The Lord. Yes. Okay. So give her just one piece of advice, some Uptown knowledge.
Well, I mean, I don't think she needs to rush into anything, right? She could sow her royal oats and do what she wants. It's her life. And I think chemistry is mad important, right? Like, you could tell right away if the vibe ain't right, especially in person. And if I'm just like that kind of like if the chemistry in any kind of relationship, right? If it don't really vibe, it's time to move on. That's the way I look at it. Ain't no time to waste on bullshit.
So before I get Glory on the full screen, Jayla, what's the vibe so far? I want to ask you, put her full screen. I want everybody to see her face. What's the vibe so far you get from AJ?
Nothing. It's actually been really cool, very low key. Like, he's really nice and easy to talk to. So, I mean, obviously he's busy. I'm busy a lot. So it's not like we chat all the time. But from the conversations we've had, they've been good. Can't complain.
Beautiful. Who's the representative of Jayla that we got today? Because I feel like
it's very PC.
Like, very
so
political.
That's why I have a special guest host today. Special guest host today.
She did some yoga earlier.
Oh, is that what it was?
Who did yoga?
Jayla's usually yelling at me or Rick. So.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Here we go. Give me Glory on the full screen. What's your piece of advice for Jayla?
My piece of advice is, regardless of where the relationship goes, enjoy this moment, because like these butterflies or maybe whatever, those are like the memories that we make with people, and like they also help us make decisions for the future. Kind of like what Led said, like if the vibe is right, go with it. If the vibe is weird, let that go. But it's it's fun right now. It's about summer, and also use this time for dating as to see other places in the city that you wouldn't normally see. That's what I'm dating for. I'm telling you guys to take me to places I want to see. I want to go to the pay for me to go see In the Heights.
Okay,
that's a good strategy.
Oh baby, I've seen the world.
Very, very good.
Them, but
just take me with you.
Very good, very good. So this has been For the Love of Jayla with Gigi Rivera. July 6th. Give me the graphic one more time at the bottom.
I know that. Like I said, this was the well-behaved version that we got.
Yes, it was, but I liked it.
You know what? I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna lie. Like sometimes, I'm really bad at this in person. Period. So doing it in front of like other people and kind of knowing that my face tells more of the truth than my words do makes it even a little bit more awkward. So sometimes like my natural instinct, as much as I am an extrovert, there are certain things that I very much like go into hermit shell mode, and this is one of them.
So
we're gonna get the shot, Jayla.
Let's change the graphic. Let's go back to the Rick A show. July 6th, Tuesday at 7 p.m. You can catch Gigi and Jayla on For the Love of Jayla. I'm gonna say this. I'm very proud of this project. I'm super excited. So is Craze.
We got some fun shit happening. We're
on this project. We're gonna preview some segments before it starts. Jayla agreed to it. She's like, you don't let me do.
And she's lucky. One of the surprises that we have for her was not ready today, because it would have been a different episode.
Exactly, but will be here next week.
So I have a question though. Am I gonna have like are we just gonna go keep like on the second date until somebody like? Are you guys gonna bring in more guys?
No.
What's what's happening
two
here?
more blind dates
There's
happening.
two more dates that you gotta go on. You got
so I'm getting some feedback from Gigi. Actually, I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna mute your mic for a second.
That's the
thank
Florida
you.
shit.
Yeah, it's the Florida thing, man. I can't really. Glory, where you at right now? You in the Bronx?
I am in Uptown.
Hey.
So okay, she's leading the race right now.
Uptown episode.
She's leading the race right now. So Craze and I, we've had these furious discussions as of late, and we decided to create a brand new segment out of an entire episode that we did. It's called Culture versus Vulture News. News.
Yes, we actually caught like a couple heat from a couple people.
Let me give you a little background on it. So because I said you could take the graphic off, Justin, and just put me on, because I'll take the whole heat for this. So I said M. Tony Peralta Project is a culture vulture. I said that live on air.
Yeah, live.
I lost 1,600, I think it's 1,800 followers. I don't need those followers in my life.
Word, I mean, either. I'm good.
He steals other people's art. He passes it off for his own. And then there's some other stuff that I'm not going to mention on air.
But that's not what the section
But this is not about that. This is about me and Craze calling it like we see it.
Yeah, we giving our opinion on stuff. We understand that some people are gonna be upset about our personal opinions.
Mm-hmm.
But we decided we want to do a whole segment about it, particularly about a couple of topics that we've been talking about lately.
Yes.
That we just feel like, how come we the only ones that notice shit like this, like the Khaled album thing, or
so
maybe other people do it.
Let's do that one first. Let's do that one first. Go ahead, Crazy. You already mentioned it.
Who here has heard the new Khaled album? Like y'all,
DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled album.
No, okay.
I guess like I try to keep up. My son always puts the shit in my.
I heard the one with Nas and Jay, which I thought was dope.
Okay,
that song was dope.
Good song.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have an issue with any of the songs on the album. I think that a lot of them are hits. It's a great album. It's just the idea of like just recycled music is like Khaled's entire album felt to me like he just went and got the Rockefeller catalog and was like, all right, and grabbed like 6 songs, like 3 Jay-Z songs, a Beanie Siegel song, and a couple like other Rockefeller.
Ghostface Killer.
And then was like, yep, this is a new album. And I guess because generation, there's like a case for both. Like I see it as like, okay, well, this generation isn't really familiar with these beats and these songs, so maybe this is like, homage. It feels like it's just like jacking for beats, corporate style, like just corporation jacking for beats. But I don't know. I don't know if there's a bad thing or a good thing. It's just like an observation that me and Rick was like, yo, this isn't like an original album. It just feels like I'm hearing like the same, like a slight remix to these sons.
So
tell me, Rick, what's your opinion on it? Because you didn't even tell me what you thought.
I'm gonna tell you this, right? I don't like bashing people. If they doing their thing, they doing their thing, right? I downloaded the Khaled album. I was bopping to that Jay-Z Nas song because everybody skipped to that song. Sorry, not sorry. I was like, oh, this shit is fire. And I let the song play while I'm on the train going to work. Then the next song I hear is Just Be with Justin Timberlake. And I noticed that the Just Be song is, I'm going to look it up, the exact name, because I'm going to give you the exact name of the song.
Oh, you got like the samples? Yo, none of y'all have heard this, by the way, because I feel like now we're just having
I hope.
Me and Rick are having a private conversation about this shit.
I only heard the Nas and Jay song.
Okay, so Just Be, right? The song is Justin Timberlake by himself, but he's on a sample that is from a song called All That I Got Is You by Ghostface and Mary J. Blige. It's the exact same sample, exact same beat.
That's what it is for me though. Like I feel like, yo, we might have to do this shit when people have heard it. What was the other shit that we were gonna talk about?
No. So I heard that song and it got me upset because when I originally heard the Ghostface song, I connected to it. The song is about hardships growing up in the neighborhood and things that he's been through, right? And the song is a classic. If you're a hip hop fan, this is a classic.
Yeah.
The Legend is Laughing. So the song is a classic. You can't repurpose a song like that people are so connected to. For example, give me a song, Ether. You're not gonna go take the Ether beat and create a brand new hip hop song on it.
I bet didn't Remy Ma do something to Ether like a few years ago to like
a freestyle.
It was like a diss record.
Freestyle.
Okay, yeah.
It was like a diss record, but that's like in the spirit of that.
That is in the same spirit of what the song was created for. So he took a song that Ghostface wrote, that's a classic, and he made it a completely new song with Justin Timberlake, right? So I went back and I looked at the catalog, and Wow Wow Thoughts, with Rihanna.
Yeah,
that's another. Yeah, it's like
that's the Santana song.
Yeah.
And then I looked at all of Khaled's albums, and 85% of his music is something from a hit record, super hit record. He just took the beat and put new music, new artists on it.
A new verse on the same
song.
I say
something? I'm not taking up for DJ Khaled, but he's a DJ. Isn't that what DJs do? They just like remix things.
I mean, not if they doing albums as artists.
So I just mentioned the Rihanna song. That song is fantastic because he reinvented the record. Rihanna's on it. It's completely different. You don't take Song Cry off the blueprint and make the exact same song but with different people on it and the exact same beat. So producers, I wish I had Frankie P on. So if Frankie P was here, he would tell you he's not going to take the same beat. He'll take the same sample and make it a different beat, different song. Right. But he's not going to make the exact same song.
Led, you're a hip hop dude. What are your thoughts on?
I mean, I think it's in the way it's done, right? It's in the way they execute. I can see, it's execution. I can see Khaled always kind of does the same thing. It's a formula, right? But there's a lot of dope shit that comes out of digging in the crates, right? Like, so that dude that's on Instagram, the DJ with the mask that he did like he got a DMX with Linkin Park mix, and I'm like, that's bananas, like, and that's something different, you know what I mean? That's and you fine. Take, so I think it's how it's executed and like not just phoning it in. I think Khaled is phoning it in at this point. That's right. Like, I'm gonna find an old beat to Jack, right? I'm gonna put this dude, bang, right? And that gets whack, and that gets whacked fast. But I always think reinventing the past is what hip hop has always done, though. You know?
So the Beatles have a famous. Wait. Let me say this one piece. Let me say this last piece. The Beatles have a famous album called the White Album. Right. Jay-Z has an album called the Black Album. DJ Danger Mouse took those albums,
right,
mashed them up,
the Gray Album, right,
new music, and it's called the Gray Album. That's new art, right?
Right.
I understand that when it's a fresh perspective.
It's like the transformative property. You feel me?
Yes.
Everybody looks at DJ Khaled. I personally am like, this is he's a commercial artist.
Right.
He has a formula. He has a little TikTok videos. He has a slogan. I don't look at him and be like, this is someone that I look up to and I respect. Like, he's just making money and like having a good time. He's a DJ. But my bigger question is, why are all these artists endorsing it if they don't really fuck with it, right? Like, he has everybody on an album.
But the thing is that
because he's on the Jay's label.
But you know what it is though? But Khaled has been
and
doing
Jay is
it.
God. Jay is God.
Well,
so if Jay-Z says he's hot, everybody's gonna be like, yo, he's hot.
Yeah, but you have to understand, Khaled has been doing this since he was working in radio, since his 102 Jams days. He's been doing this, and it's always been a back and forth controversy, but he's always managed to still make it work. And that's why he's gotten as to where it's been. It's never really been stopped. You know, it's kind of been always criticized, but the same thing can be said for a lot of, you know, we had this conversation a couple months ago when I was working with MDOT, you know, with now the Latino artists, you know, having the, you know, a remake to Shaggy with Gina and doing this and that. So it's like,
give me the full screen again. Nope.
They're still sampling.
Give me the full screen with everybody on it. That's different. Give me the full screen, Justin. That's different. First of all, when these Latin artists take a record, is to create something new out of it. When I mean real artists though. I don't mean like the guy that did the Whoopty record and just did a whole Spanish verse on it. So,
I like that song.
It's cool. It's cool. But like that's being a culture vulture. So I'm just gonna ask this question
Bro,
right now.
if Khaled put a verse on a record, I'd be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like
If
it's
you
just
gave it a new perspective or something new or something, if somebody went to Glory stand up, because give me her on a full screen, Justin. No, give me the legend on the full screen.
Oh
If somebody went to your stand up, because I can relate to comedians doing this, and they took 5 of your jokes from one of your sets, and then they just flipped it around a little bit.
Well, people do that all the time, and that's the thing in comedy. You have to do original stuff because anyone could say. Like I had a joke where I was like, I've been on all the dating apps, I've been on LinkedIn, Cash App, Venmo, and it was funny. But then people started taking that, like, oh, I've been on Uber, I've been on Seamless. So that is not original. And for me, I don't get upset because I should have came stronger with that joke. I should have been
no, I'm not talking about those jokes. I'm talking about
like a Morocco, like I've been flued out. I guess
like a crazy original joke, because everybody has them. You know, like Amy Schumer had the joke where her husband he painted a picture of her while she was suffering through labor, and he brought it back to her to cheer her up, and she's like, "Is that what you see me as?" So if somebody took that material, that intellectual property, and did the exact same joke with your material, how would you feel?
I would sue them. But
Led. Wait, stop. Led. If somebody like me and Craze, we got Uptown Live TV, which is completely different from the Uptown Collective.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody was doing something very similar, exactly to what you're doing, how would you feel? Because this is your culture. It's you.
Yeah, no, we would have a talk. You know what I mean? I've had those talks before with people that, it's just kind of like, yo, my man, like that's my lane, and and that happens. And I think sometimes you just got to stand your ground. You know what I mean? And not.
No, that's facts.
I think there's a difference between having I never talking about the Khaled and he is a little bit of a over sample. There's a difference between having a tangential thought and somebody literally taking your shit. I think there's two different things. Like the thing about I think creators now and originality, everyone thinks that they're original. And the truth of the matter is that we are all exposed to a lot of shit on the internet and we're seeing a lot of the same things. So you don't necessarily think somebody stole your shit. And that's a lot. But there are specific things where it's like you're stealing. I'm going to sue you. But my question to you, Rick, is that if he's under Jay-Z's label, Jay-Z cleared all this stuff, or whoever's working on his team.
So hold on, I'll answer these questions to you.
Okay.
I'm gonna mute you because it sounds like the thing is coming. Yeah. So I'm gonna mute you for a second. She brought up a great point. I don't know where it's coming from. Yeah, it was Gigi. So you brought up a great point. He's not signed to Jay-Z. He is signed. He's signed to Epic.
Okay.
That's one. Epic is known culture vulture.
Yeah.
1, 2. They don't give. They just want to make records. They want to sell records. So
that's what you said under Jay-Z earlier.
3, yeah, because he's on the Rock Nation management.
He's management.
But he's the Jay don't clear these records.
No, this is not my realm, so I'm just adding questions to ask.
So 3, us as a culture, we tend to celebrate a lot of things. We're like, oh, this is dope. This is gonna come out. This is gonna put us to the next level. Sometimes we need to step back and be like, is this original? Is this? Is this that? And analyze it for a little bit. When the J. Cole album dropped, I heard it back and front a few times, and I was like, man, this is this is up there.
It's a dope album. It's a classic.
Something different, bro. It's just something.
And I didn't sit there as a J. Cole fan. I sat there as someone who's judging this man for his work. So that's something we need to do.
We do sound like old heads right now. I know. I realize that this is like old head talk.
It's not old head talk. It's about I feel like I think it's a difference if you steal something, but if you give credit, something like a DJ, you have to give credit.
You didn't though.
I think you're right. No, I think you're right. I think that he's definitely clearing samples and getting and people are getting paid for their stuff being used. But what I'm just saying that on music level, right? I feel like these are records that are from like maybe it's like a the music snob in me that I feel like these are records that I connect with as being like dope original.
Some of these records you just can't
and
touch.
to hear them kind of like just like repackaged and boxed up as a new thing that is like, yo, you took the essence of something that was dope and are just recycling them. That's what hip hop is now. I don't know. It feels kind of weird, but you're right. It's fucking music, it's business, and people are getting paid.
If you don't fuck with somebody, we gotta stop giving them any platform or I don't give DJ Khaled. I haven't even. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't heard his album because I know what to expect from DJ Khaled. He got a few hits. I love that song. On like his collaborations with Drake, so much fun. Anything outside of that, I don't know what DJ Khaled is doing. But
they're hits, bro. It's not even like they're not good records. They're hits. Most of the shit that he puts on his albums are gonna be hits.
The problem is,
I'm not even debating that he makes hits or that I'll bop to his music if I'm like with somebody that's like between the age of like 23 and 29. I'm gonna have to put the shit in the car. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, I feel like I understand that that's just what it is, and I'm not mad at it. It just feels kind of like, damn, these records, bro. You have to touch the fucking Song Cry record.
Yeah,
come on, bro.
What sucks is that a lot of these kids in this new generation, especially the ones growing up in TikTok and all of that, aren't gonna know what half of these samples are.
Yeah,
and that's reality.
That's what it is.
So
what was the other thing that you wanted to talk about, H?
I don't have to say anything. It was the Joe Budden thing, but this ate it all up. So we'll save Joe Budden for next week.
We'll talk about it.
So, Led, my brother, we're gonna play a little game. It's real quick with you. It's called 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
What are 3 things you've been doing during the pandemic?
Developing my business, growing as a father. You know what I'm saying? And working on new things, man.
Let's go.
What are 2 things you've been listening to during the pandemic?
I listened to that J. Cole album hard. And I also love this artist is a reggae artist named Protege, who's super dope.
And what's one thing in 2021 that you want to accomplish or
2021 goals?
Yeah.
Man, I want to make a whole lot of money this year. This is gonna be my money making year.
Some Venmo checks. No, I'm kidding.
Let's go.
So
spread that energy.
Hell yeah.
June 15th, we'll be returning to the Monkey Room, our homeland.
Live.
And we are going to record a live episode. The guests will announce soon. And at 9 o'clock, there'll be a celebration and something else happening. We're still discussing that.
Celebrating the life.
I'm just going to say there might be a Rick H roast happening.
That's what we're trying to set up. Why you gave it away? We're trying to set that up.
I'm just trying to set that up. But
it's the beers, bro. It's the beers.
Yeah,
I'm good with people roasting me.
Really? You good with that? Really?
Yeah.
By the way, Led.
I'm gonna fucking roast you.
By the way, Led, when we were talking earlier, I know, especially because maybe we haven't been in an event kind of season for a while.
Right.
But I just want you to know, I was raised out here in Florida. A lot of the knowledge that I got connecting Uptown was through you and a lot through Kelly, through Ace, Dark, all the boys. And I even hosted one of your events in Negro Claro. One of the win events. So that's how Uptown I was Mr. Boys up there. I hosted one of the events at Win at Negro Claro back in the day.
Win 3 was amazing, yo. It was capacity. It was amazing.
It was like this, like people on top of couches.
Herb Gotti was there.
I want to mute Jayla's mic. Me and Craze haven't certified her.
Congratulations.
She's official Florida.
You can't be talking all that Uptown talk.
She's official Florida. Follow the Uptown Collective. When you come back up
here, then we talk.
Follow the Uptown Collective. Go to the website. Website is really dope. Boom, there's the graphic for you. Glory, where are you going to be at the next couple of days? You're a stand-up comic, so you got some stuff going on.
I am working on that. I'm trying to bring a comedy show actually up to Uptown New York. I feel like some of the most. Yeah, like I just came from looking at venues all day today. But I feel like some of the funniest people are.
I'm not playing with these hoes. I like this sweater.
All the time. Everyone that I know that's funny is Black, Dominican, and we need spaces for comedy uptown. Like one of the reasons why I didn't think I could be a stand-up comedian because I'm like, there's no place for me to do this. But I want to create an avenue to inspire people to do some comedy uptown. So I've been looking for some venues. On June 15th, I'm doing my birthday show at the Stand. Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock. We're just recently there performing. So I'm gonna be taking up the stage. They might not come to my show, but I'm gonna be using the same air that they were breathing.
Yo, one of them might show up.
So
Dave Chappelle come through. You're invited.
We'll talk about you want to create a show, stand-up comedy show.
Talking about that.
We'll talk about that off air. But Led, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you, y'all.
Glory for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
If you want, you're invited next week as well.
Would
you like to be on next week?
Me?
Yes.
This is how we do verbal contracts. On
let me know. Let me know. I'm about to come back.
No. Let you know. I'm letting you know right now.
You know right now. You got to agree on the air, and then we got you locked in.
Y'all can't do that to me. I wasn't make it today. I was gonna tell you, like, yo.
We're gonna let the legend check her schedule, and we might have her back.
We'll come back.
Jayla's here.
Just don't pick up their favorite habit, being as late as I fashionably am late all the time.
I was mad late today. I was like, yo, y'all took the show and almost left me behind. I was like,
that's fine. We'll take it from you. You're from Uptown. Jayla's from Florida.
Word.
Let's mute all the mics, please. And I just want to close the show. Say, it's the 1 year anniversary of George Floyd's passing. Let's just put George back on. And then everybody have a good night. We'll see you next week.